Hi everyone, it's Gelsina. Welcome back to my page. Today we'll be doing a 25-minute full body movement flow. So let's begin in the center of our mat. Find a tall spine and take a few deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Let's now take our arms right out in front of us, palms together, and then open the arms out behind us. So inhale, bring together, exhale, really open the arms back. Beginning to warm the shoulders here, the arms, and even a part of the back. On this time, let's bend the arms now, and then straighten the arms. Just noticing how this feels as you continue to breathe in and out. Try to keep the arms really long when you stretch out. Let's do 2 more together, and then we'll keep the arms bent and bring the elbows together in front of you and the palms, and then reach the arms open. Try to keep the elbows high and find a natural breathing here, really opening the chest. And then from here, we'll just pump the arms up and up. Keeping the arms bent like a cactus. Really pumping. And then we'll hold. Bring the elbows back together in front of you. And then we'll just pump the arms up in front of us. Keeping the palms together. Notice your breathing. Notice where you feel this in the arms. And then we'll reach the arms all the way up and bring the right arm down to the right side and reach up and over with the left arm. Come back to center and go immediately to the other side. We'll do this another time. Each side, really just opening the side bodies, warming up the spine, the arms. Coming back to center, bring your hands to your knees and curve the spine back. And then as you inhale, push the chest forward. So inhaling and exhaling at your own pace here. Sort of like a cat-cow, but just in a sitting position. Really moving your head as much as you like. And then let's roll the shoulders back several times, really loosening up the shoulders, the neck. And we'll find ourselves onto our hands and knees. So let's begin to really warm up the body here. Push back to child's pose. Take a breath here, and then we'll come back up to hands and knees and shift the hips down and come into a high cobra. So let's bring movement with this. Push back to child's pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, child's pose. Going at your own pace here. Just doing what feels right in your body as we begin to warm everything up and create a little heat in the body. If you'd like to stay here, you could, or just incorporate your legs as you come forward. So once you're in your cobra, you could bend your legs and bring your head back and then push back to child's pose. We'll just do one more. And then relax in child's pose, taking a few relaxed breaths here. Come up to hands and knees now, And then tuck the toes, push back to downward dog. Relax the head. And then let's walk our hands towards our feet. Really bend your knees and hang over the legs. And then lift halfway up, bring your hands to your knees, look forward. Bring the arms out alongside the ears and then push all the way up to standing. So we'll do that a couple of times. Walk the arms and hands out to downward dog. And then walking the hands towards the feet, we'll fold over the legs, really bending the knees here. And then come up halfway, reach the arms alongside the ears, and then push all the way up to standing. Let's do it again. Walking out to down dog, breathing. Walk the hands back, fold over the legs, come up halfway, reach the arms alongside the ears, and push all the way up to standing. Great job. Maybe you'd like to roll your shoulders back a few times, and then we'll come into a wide-legged stance. Legs are parallel to one another, and just reach the left arm overhead, bringing your right arm down the leg, and then we'll switch. Just breathing into the side body. Take the arms out at shoulder height here, and then fold at the hips and breathe. Let's come all the way back up now, and then turn the feet outwards, and we'll come into a few squats. So inhaling, squat, exhale, push up. You can do whatever variation you'd like with the arms, just imagining that you're really creating positive energy around you and inside of you. Let's do a couple of more together, just really breathing and squatting. And then hold. Breathe. Take your hands to your knees. Twist your right shoulder towards the center and then twist your left shoulder to the center. Come back to center, straighten the legs. And let's come back to the back of the mat. Reach the arms up and fold over the legs. Walk the arms back to the downward dog. This time let's lift the right leg and swing it between the hands. Come up to a high lunge. Really notice how this feels. Opening the hips here, breathing. Step back to downward dog and we'll go right to the other side. Reach the left leg, swing it through the hands, and find yourself in a high lunge. Step back to downward dog, find your breathing. And then let's bring our right foot to the outside of our right hand. Reach the right arm alongside the ear. Breathe. Now we'll reach the left arm alongside the ear. So we're just switching here 10 times. Really breathing, keeping the hips high. And then after 10 times, step back to downward dog and we'll go right to the other side. Bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Reach your left arm alongside the ear and then switch arms. Really reaching as you keep your hips high and breathing. Just a couple of more. And then let's step back to downward dog and we'll shift forward to plank pose. So things are going to get a little heated here, but I know you can do it. So from here, tap your right knee down and then tap your left knee down. So we'll switch 10 times. Breathing, feeling strong in the arms and the palms. After your last tap, let's hold in plank and then we'll just shift forward and back on our toes, keeping the arms as they are, keeping the hips high. Again, we're doing this 10 times, breathing, feeling really strong. Come back to center and then let's do those knee taps 10 times. From here, let's just hold in plank for 10 breaths. Breathing, feeling really powerful here. Keeping the hips high. One more breath, and then lower the knees and push back to child's pose. Find a relaxing rhythm with the breathing. When you're ready, let's meet back in hands and knees. Lifting your right knee up and your right foot up, bending the leg. Let's do 10 lifts up. If you can, try to point the toe. Okay, after 10, we'll bring our knee over to the right shoulder. So we're just bringing it to the shoulder and back. Really using your whole body here. And as you bring it to the shoulder, you can take your gaze towards the right. One more, and then we'll go back to our toe points. So we're just lifting 10 times up and up. Really feeling this in the glutes. And then from here, let's stretch the right leg back and stretch the right arm forward. And then we'll bend and reach back and tap and then reach forward. We're doing this 10 times, feeling really strong in the hand and the knee that are balancing you. On the 10th time, you'll take a hold of your foot and reach up. Breathe. Fantastic job. Let's come back to hands and knees. Maybe do a cat position, rounding the spine, and then reach your right arm up and thread it underneath you for a twist, bringing the head down. Maybe walking your left arm forward. Feel free to stay here, or you can always raise your left leg behind you. Really breathing into the twist in whatever variation you're in. Let's push all the way back up, reach the right arm up, and then come back to hands and knees. We'll do the same sequence on the other side. So reaching your left foot behind you, bend the foot, point the toe, and then let's do 10 lifts. Up and up, breathing with each movement. And then coming back to center, bring the left knee to the left shoulder, trying to tap together, squeezing and lifting. Let's do 2 more. And then keeping the back leg bent, let's reach our right arm back and tap the foot, and then reach everything straight out. So good. Continuing to breathe here. Try to keep the hips level. And then after you've done 10 taps, let's take a hold of the foot. Hold here and lift everything up. Breathe. Release back down to hands and knees, and right away we'll go into that twist. So reach your left arm up and then thread it underneath the body. coming into whatever variation of the twist you would like, maybe lifting the right leg behind you. Wherever you are, make sure that you're breathing. Come back to hands and knees, stretch the left arm up, and then come to hands and knees and sit on your heels. Take a moment here to just notice how you're feeling. Let's now come onto our sitting bones here, keeping the legs bent. Keep the spine tall, bring your knees into your chest, bring your arms first to prayer. Let's stack our right forearm over the left and then twist to the right side 10 times. Keeping the spine tall, the knees high, breathing deeply here. After 10 times, come back to center, switch the arms, the other one goes on top, and then we'll twist to the left side 10 times. Really breathing here, engaging your core. Let's come back to center, keep the legs bent first, reach the arms out, and then try to come into a V shape with the body. You can always bend your knees if you need to. Maybe you could try to grab your big toes and bring the legs more in towards the body. Focus on your breathing. And then release down wherever you are, but try to keep the legs off the ground first. Reach the arms out and we'll bend slowly down, but then come back up. So we're just engaging our core here as we inhale and exhale, pulling the knees in and out. Really staying strong in the abdomen here. And then we'll hold at the top and just do a couple of toe taps on the ground. With the arms out, let's do 10 taps. Really breathing here. And then we'll lower the feet and straighten the legs. Let's reach the arms overhead and fold over the legs here. Really taking the time to release the lower back. Remembering that any type of forward fold is really beneficial for the nervous system. Let's come back up now. Take our palms on the ground, fingertips pointing down towards the feet. Straighten the legs, lift the hips, breathe. Try to keep your feet on the ground. And then lower back down. So then we'll come all the way back up like we were, and you can stay here or incorporate one leg at a time. We'll do 10. We're just bending the knee into the body, keeping the hips high. I know this is a pretty unique pose, but just stay with it and breathe. Let's do a few more. And then lift the hips and lower. I like to come right to tabletop just to really release the whole body. You can let the head fall back and breathe. Let's lower the hips down and then we'll cross our left ankle on top of the right and just pull the legs into the body. Try to keep your spine tall, and you should really feel this in your left hip. You can even flex your left foot. Let's go right to the other side. And then we'll bring both feet down. Cross your right leg over the left. And you can keep your left leg straight, or you can bend it around like I'm doing. And bring your left elbow against the knee. Look towards your right shoulder. Stay here or interlace the fingers behind you. You could also lift the right leg for a little bit more of a challenge. Wherever you are, breathe. Lower down, and then I like to twist to the left just to release the spine. And we'll go right to the other side. So cross your left knee and leg over the right leg, bringing your right elbow against the knee, twist. Whichever variation you did on the other side, you can follow through doing it on this side. Coming out of the twist wherever you are, let's just go back to the right to release the spine. Come back to center. And let's slowly roll all the way down onto the spine. Just noticing what it feels like to have your back body against the earth. From here, let's prepare for fish pose, my favorite pose. Bring your legs together, arms alongside the body, tuck in the last couple of fingers, press into the elbows, and really lift the chest, bringing the head towards the ground or on the ground. Keep your toes pointing up. Breathe into the chest. You can bring your palms together in front of your chest facing up if that feels good for you. And then to come out, just slowly push back onto the elbows, look at the toes, and release everything down. Release the arms and legs. Let's bring our knees into our chest and just hug your knees towards your forehead. And then taking your time, just stretch one leg out and pull one knee in very slowly. You could just move the feet in circles, just beginning to loosen the ankles. And then let's relax the back down, keep the lower back down, and come into happy baby pose, bringing the knees out, holding on to the feet. Applying some pressure so you can really feel this in the hips. Feel free to stay here or keeping your lower back on the ground, straighten the legs out. Bring the legs back together, bring the knees into the chest, squeeze your forehead towards your knees, wrap your arms around the legs, and then we'll slowly release everything to the ground, finding a comfortable position here, closing the eyes. Allow yourself to feel a silence wash over the body, all the muscles and the organs. Allow them to be at peace in this moment. Really taking your time as you bring a little bit of movement back into the body. And very slowly rolling onto your side body, just using your arm as a pillow. Let's come back to how we began class, seated in the center of our mat with a tall spine. And just notice how you're feeling in this moment. Thank yourself for doing something kind for your body today. Let's reach our arms up overhead, take your gaze up, and then bringing your palms together in front of your chest. We will end our class here today. I hope everything felt really good in your body. I know it was a challenging class. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next week.